Morning, folks. It's 7:30 a.m. Sunday, January 8th, 2017. Wow. That's late. Anyway, closer to the end of 2015, I was talking about a lot of our friends that are here from other planets being here. Now, one day they would start showing themselves, and that there was a war that was going to break out. Actually, I've been saying that since early 2015. But anyway, that's when it was time to bring it up. This one particular event that our friends in space are waiting to happen, and then they're going to go ahead and start cranking things up. They're already showing themselves. I'm not the only one. I'm sure that I've said, that they're coming. That's probably been going on for 100 years. Excuse me. I'm just telling you, I know they are. It's a knowing and seeing, but it's also talking with them. These folks, these people from other planets, some of them look very different. Strong reptilian, the Drakh, or like reptilian on steroids. It's actual dragon DNA. The antids look like more ant than mantid. More ant than praying mantis. They've been around a long time. There's also mantids. There's a lot of different beings that are here that have been on this planet for a long time. But there's a whole lot more out in space now waiting to come here and help us. The Drakh have been pulling... the Drakh have been pulling some of the people that have been causing these problems. So they've been attacking them. Folks, our planet is polluted with this problem. They've been here a little over 10 million years, okay? They're very deeply rooted in the ground. This is the 6th age on this planet. These folks have been here since the beginning. This doesn't just happen overnight, especially if it's going to be done without a whole lot of fuss and a whole lot of damage. But, folks, this stuff is being caught on video. I've shown you the Alurean actually taking a huge sample of water and, water and dirt. I believe it was from the North Sea or something, but whatever. Out of the ocean. It was caught by some Danish fishermen. A lot of the stuff that I show you seems to be coming from Secure Team. I think it's Secure Team 10 or something. Yeah, Secure Team 10. They have a lot of subscribers. Right now it appears 699,000, almost 700,000. Paul, Bergeau, some of the other family members will see something and throw it my way, and sometimes I'll just catch something on the internet, but I'm not on there much now. I'm trying to finish what I need to do to finalize things with myself, my work here. So anyway, although I haven't gone, looked at his channel and looked at stuff, I don't have time for that. There's some very good stuff that's on his channel. Excuse me. I said that there were going to be masses of ships that would soon show themselves in the daylight over cities. Again, they're waiting for something to happen. Once it happens, then they'll make the preparations, and then they'll set it up, and then whatever time is necessary after that, which won't be too long, excuse me, which won't be too long, they will make this occur, is time. And there's nothing to stop them. This old federation of planets, this new alliance, has the backing of the Draconantids and many, many others. It's recognized as a separate entity, which includes all planets that want to join, that will meet certain specifications of nonviolence, etc., etc. Violence should never be utilized as a means to bring about a change, unless it's necessary, but lots of times it is. You all know that. So anyway, on this video, they're starting to show themselves at night. Excuse me. When you see them at night, you can see lights. There's still some kind of, there's still somebody that can say, oh, it's not this or it's not that. It's floating lanterns. It's a bunch of insects flying in perfect formation with the light hitting them right, or maybe even swamp gas. Folks, the thing is, they exist, they're real. I've talked about one group. There's two groups that are going to help us bring back the our food, take care of the topography of the planet. We have holes in our food chain, massive ones, and after this event happens, animals are going to start leaving rapidly, in large, very large numbers. It's already been going on for a while, but it's not like it's gonna. When that happens, these what they call replicators, I just call them synthesizers. They make something out of something else. They're going to be around. We're going to have them. We have folks that are going to come here, help make the earth fertile again. In some places, clean the soil where it needs to be cleaned of all these horrible chemicals. These people have come from very far away at a great expense to themselves as a group to help us. They're not here to hurt us. They're here to help us. What's been hurting us is what's been here the whole time. What's really been hurting us is the original first being male and female that's dead now, and there were others, but whatever. That's from the second dimension. That's what controls this one. Okay? People don't like that. I don't care. That's what is. When you say you can see something that I can't see, good luck with that. I'm not being arrogant. I'm telling you a fact. I'm here for a reason, and I'm pretty much done. I'm trying to sew things up. But before I do go, and when I go this time, I'll just fall over. There's the Alurean are going to have more of a section of this planet, excuse me, set aside for them to be working with, growing crops, bringing the soils and everything back to a natural state for the planet's own ecosystem. These folks are experts at it. You're starting to meet them now. I've already shown you a couple of videos. One of them flying over a city recently, flying over city at night in, I think it was in Turkey or something like that. There's this huge one in the North Sea. There was an Alurean mothership that was aided by a dropped recovery ship that literally ripped one of these underground foundations out of the ground and then pulled it up into the ship, and then from there pushed it up into another mothership. You can see the two dark clouds. The lower cloud's darker than the one up above it. Folks, it's there. All you have to do is look at it. Watch the video. When you look up at the stars on a clear night, and you see all these stars everywhere, it's beautiful, especially on the desert where you don't have the humidity. Southern California, blah, 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 Arizona. There's so many stars. Each one of those stars, on average, has what? How many? At least 4 or 5 planets hanging around it. So how many possibilities does that make for there to be other life? For someone to say that we're the only life in creation has now passed ignorance. It's no longer an innocent not knowing of something. It's refusing to accept, if nothing else, the law of averages, that there's no way they can't just be here. And when you see everything going on everywhere, any intelligent mind is going to have to admit that the chance of life being here with us is a lot more than 50%. I know for a fact, as well as many others, it's 100%. The fact that they're here on the planet, that should be well over 50%. As far as people knowing that it's real. It's what's been running your lives in all the ages. Anyway, this video is a large group of Alurean people in smaller craft that came from a large mothership, and they're just out flying around to show themselves. This has been going on a lot lately. They're letting you know initially that they exist. Then they're going to show you the craft. Then they're going to show you the craft and what they can do to help you. And then they'll show you what they look like. Because you have to understand that they exist, number one. Number two, that they're here to help. And then number three, you see what they look like, and then, when you see something that's different, you say, well, that's different, but look what they're doing for us. So that way they can introduce themselves properly. Ta'ir, he's a very close friend of mine. He's an antid, and he's using other methods too, trying to get, meeting with some of the humans, and, across the planet, telepathically, trying to introduce themselves in a very soft way. That's the blue avians that, that Corey Good talks about. Excuse me. Anyway, let's take a look at this video. It was shot through a screen through a screen door. There's no glass. They're shot through the screen door. When you see when the ships all of a sudden start to appear and show themselves, then literally you can see them start to go behind trees. Okay. So let's get going with the video. Okay, here's the people putting this up, secure team. They mention where they actually get the video from. It says UFO fleet over Maine, sinister alien sphere found in space 12/22/16. The footage I'm going to show you actually went up on 12/20. This is when he put it on the internet. The sinister alien sphere, they're not a problem. They're here to help. They're organizers. You'll find out more about that. But first, let's see, make sure I got that off. Yes, I sure do. Okay. Buxton, Maine. This is over Buxton, Maine. Now this is looking through the house. Okay, sunset, whatever. This is inside the house, but through a screen door. There's a very soft screen through here. Okay. Here's some trees over here. When the event's gonna happen around here. As it does, they start all moving softly, going in this direction, and you'll see some of them start to go behind the trees. Okay, now, there they are. They're starting to form right there. Look at that. Look at all of them. They just come out, turn the lights on. It's a basic loose group in a soft kind of formation. They're just showing themselves. It's not a military exercise. These are people that are out there, and there's a lot of them in their own personal crafts. That they came from a mothership, and they're out flying around just very slowly, softly, showing themselves. Look, we're here. And this is where they start going through the trees. You see how the lights break up? That's when they started going through the tree line right there. Okay, we'll see it again. Just watch them all of a sudden turn the lights on. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. They're trying to say hello. Actually, they are saying hello, but that they're trying to find a soft way to start introducing themselves. Folks, it's not that much longer before you see them in the daytime in large groups. These are Alurean, and some of these are actually private vessels that belong to them. And they're here at a mothership, and that's where they're going through the trees where you see the lights break up. So anyway, that's that. Well, there's the Alurean again. Excuse me. You might want to go watch the whole video. That sphere that they're talking about, they say almost looks like a Death Star or something. Folks, it's not. These people are harmless. They're organizers. They're different kind of people. So anyway, the main thing is the folks relative to that sphere, they're here to help. Earth 2012 in its fifth age, at the end of its fifth age, the end of it. has been a legend in space for, well, a solid billion years. That's when everyone was supposed to learn about the great Mother, Father, God, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's changed. Excuse me. In 2016, you started seeing the wars happening that I was talking about. Asteroids came out of nowhere. NASA couldn't even track them. They just popped out of nowhere. Well, that's because they were subdimensional ships. And they were attacked, and they literally just fell into this dimension. They couldn't hold subdimensional space. So they come in here, make 180 degree U-turns, and all these funny asteroids, quote unquote asteroids, falling and turning around as they do. Come on, folks. You can't think that's an asteroid with a mind of its own. An asteroid has no life in it. A planet does. When a planet explodes, it does. But asteroids just floating around space. They're not planets. There's no planetary essence within them. That's female universal essence. Anyway, those are Alurean. They were just out cruising around, just in a basic kind of formation, just staying in a basic group, showing themselves. They're saying hello. Excuse me, and they don't look like us. When you see them, don't freak out. What's been done to us, how we've been run from the second dimension by the original first being, male and female, now deceased, now gone forever, and how they use different physical beings here in the third dimension to run us and control us. It's been incredibly abusive. It's been similar to that everywhere. But the earth has been hit hard. Folks, these people are here to help, and they're just part of a large group. Some of them look a little bit like us. Some of them look a bit like what's known as the Nordic beings. Some of them are reptilian. Some of them are amphibious. We have the Sepoians, what most people call the Greys. We have many friends, and they don't look like us. That's something I want you to be prepared for. That's just another one of a large number of reasons why I've been trying to get everyone to wake up. And I've been cranking out people all over the place. And there's other people in place now. I'm cranking other people up. Folks, this is happening because it's time. It's past time. It's late. The other side that runs this one, second dimension, folks, it's nothing like what it used to be. You can go to the excuse me, there's places in space you can go to. M3's kind of like a ghost town right now. M3 star cluster on the when I say that, I'm talking about in the second dimension, not the third. You go there, it's pretty darn empty. M66 is comprised of excuse me, in the area of M66 in the second dimension, is the new source family and all animal essence. That's where they basically live as spirit in the second dimension, right in that area. If you were to go to a star or something like that, or a planet or something, whatever, you're getting out in that area, you go 1.5 feet to the right, 3 foot up, just like you do on this planet, and that's the second dimension right there. That's where it's located. A little bit off of M66 is where this council is. It's another star cluster in the Leo constellation. Don't know the number, don't really care, but there's 3 major clusters in the Leo constellation. The middle one is M66. They will show themselves in public. You'll see them. You will see them more at night. They'll get to the point where they start appearing closer to cities at night in large numbers. And then next thing you know, you're going to see a few going through the day, and then you'll see them in large numbers during the day. The idea is for you to become accustomed to them and know that they're not here to hurt us. These people are such incredible agricultural experts. They have ships that can go over dry riverbed and literally fertilize it, water it, turn it over, and seed it as the ship goes by. It doesn't leave fully grown plants. Come on, we're talking reality here. But it does. It'll literally loosen up the soil, fertilize it, put the seed in and everything, and water it as it goes by. They go slow, but they just keep going. They're here to help us fix the planet that mankind in all its wisdom, I should say humankind, this happened this way because the original first being, male and female, in the second dimension, that are now dead. They're the ones responsible for setting this whole creation up. And, excuse me, and making it what it is right now, today. But more than that, with them gone and the other problems gone, a new time is here. It's getting ready to happen. The other video about the Drock ship that I put up recently, that came again from Secure Team 10. Paul had shown me that, and it had to sit there for a little while before I could get to it. A few days. But that was a Drock ship literally grabbing, cutting out. They went into the ground. They took the area over. They put the people towards the center, and then they used equipment to cut the core. They took a whole section, a whole underground plant out of the ground, and they pushed it up onto a ship. That's power, folks. And remember, there's reptilians over there. Some of them 8 foot tall, 800 pounds. They're huge. The cement that was involved, because your base for that kind of thing, you pretty much have to use earth and materials. The cement's 4 foot thick on each floor. That's why it took the Drock mothership to actually, this Drock recovery ship, to literally pull it out of the ground once it was cut out, and then put it through. And the ship's got a hole in it like this. It's I don't know how to explain it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, the Drak mothership. I'm sorry. Here we go again. The Drak recovery ship, but it's large. It's huge. Okay, it's got this piece of it that sticks out like this, with a hole in it, and then it literally, sucks this piece up, and then it gets to the top, and then it starts pushing it up this way, and then underneath, it starts pushing it, and when you see it pulling up, the tail on the bottom, you see it like a fine line. That's because the tractor beam going over it is pulling it up. But then when it gets when it starts getting through the ship, coming out of the cloud, and starts pushing it up to another cloud, which is a large mothership, it disappears into that large cloud. When you see it go in there, the beam that they use and the energy you're seeing from it is pushing it. It's not a straight line. It's almost kind of weird coil. It's like, you can tell by looking at it, it changes shape, and that's to push it up in there. It's also a whole lot bigger and thicker. It takes a lot more energy to push it than it is to pull it. And then as soon as it starts to disappear into the mothership, which is in the larger cloud, then you see all of a sudden that energy trail coming off of it, some people call it a plasma trail, whatever, the energy trail coming off of it, all of a sudden it becomes a thin line again. Folks, that's what's happening. I'm no better than nothing else. I don't want to be. I am very strong in what I see and do. That's why I was here. That's why I needed to start cranking people up and crank up the people that were going to be cranking other people up. They were already very strong source energy. I made them stronger, and now they're taking care of you, and I'm going. Don't have a date, don't want a date, but I don't have a whole lot longer. My body's falling apart. Anyway, they're here. They're showing themselves. You've seen evidence of the war going on. I've shown you that on my channel. I'm giving you legitimate proof of what's going on. Some people don't believe something until they hold it in their hands. They don't believe that a stove is hot until they put their hand on it and burn themselves. Their option. But that's also why I want people to use their abilities, open up their hearts to feel things and talk with other hearts, use their pineal gland, the pineal field that develops right here in the front occipital lobe. There's the two large occipital lobes here, but what most people don't know, there's also another occipital lobe in the front of the brain. That's like the screen, whatever you want to call it, the developing apparatus for your vision when you see through the pineal gland. The pineal is located just behind the spine, but it gets the image through that lobe. As you know, this is done as energy. Okay. Anyway, then the scanner right here. I gave you the word scanner. That's what it is. It's that's where remote viewing comes from, that part of the brain. Do what you want with this information, but that's what it is. The earth will be cleaned. It will be fixed. We have a lot of friends that don't look like us that are here. The things that have been maintaining abuse throughout creation are dead. Those that, excuse me, the other ones that want to maintain it, or they want to see that continue as they come out of bodies, they're slowly being dealt with. more than slowly, but whatever. In my opinion, for myself. Change is coming, folks. It's long overdue. This has happened been going on since the very first life. Lily and Arae, very long time ago. If you want to know about it, there's 2 books. Okay, creation, its beginning and your origin, number 1. That's how it all started. This is where you came from. This is how you became you, the real you, the spirit, sentient energy. This is the birth of sentient energy. There was never any intelligence. That's what this book is about. And then all the other beings that were created in the very beginning. And then the new beings that were created and how everyone else got along, that's in the second book. This is a larger book. Creation, its journey evolving in a paradise. And then I've given you the rune cards and books. For those of you, for those of you that want to develop your abilities, that's important. This is the card deck. It's the Elder Futhark, runes plus a whole lot more. I don't know exactly how many cards in there. I don't know. I designed them, but I don't know. Don't remember. It doesn't matter. I don't really care about particulars. And I'm at this stage, the end of my life, I'm tired. Okay? I'm sick and tired and I'm ready to go home. I got stuff I got to do there. Here's the other, here's the rune book. Okay, that's got all the different symbols that are in it, what the basic meanings of them are. Deanna did all the artwork. She's incredible. She's helping me here to function and get things done while I'm still kicking. She's incredible. And she runs the spiritualfoundation.com, and she makes jewelry where she cranks up beads. She's cranked up people. She's an incredibly strong seer. Very, very powerful empath. And she's not the only one, folks. These Source family members, certain ones of them anyway, the ones that don't have their heads up their butt, and the ones that are ready, they're here to help. They will continue to do so. And it's also what they want to do. Anyway, folks, look, taking enough of your time. That's the Alurean that you just saw popping out, excuse me, popping out saying, hi, folks, this is going to happen. It's time. Okay, this will be more than an interesting year. Okay. Last year it started. 2016 was the new 2012, the better one. And 2017 is a time of spiritual understanding. It's a time of action. You have a lot to understand. The more your abilities are awake, easier that is. Plus, when you get cranked up, you also have, get that monitor out of my way. When you get cranked up, it makes you stronger, your fortitude or your willpower. It helps in many ways. It can help you, with addictions and stuff like that. It doesn't mean you get cranked up, you automatically stop. It makes you stronger so you can stop something you want to stop yourself. You have to make the decision yourself. Huh. Something new. Some new information coming for me today. There's a new council on the other side, folks, that's running things. Starting to. Things are still screwed up, but all the big bad stuff is dead now. Finally, all of it. So things are slowly moving forward, and I'm finishing everything I got to do, and it's time for y'all to find out a lot of things about yourself, how cool you are, the abilities you have. And don't use the word psychic, please. Come on. It's metaphysical abilities. It's intuition. What do you, vision, seeing. It's metaphysical abilities. People are metaphysical practitioners. The word psychic is a joke that's used to try to make others abandon their pursuit of becoming who they really are, of using their abilities to the fullest. Everyone has them. Everyone uses them every day, and you're hardly aware, but you're barely touching anything. They're not, it's like having an arm, and then you only use 2 fingers, and you hardly use them. It's time for folks to wake up, because our friends in space, changing the planet, the fact that we've been run by a rogue group of Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are really cool. This rogue group is not. The ancient beings from this planet, the oldest race, the Drak, and then the Antids right after them. Folks, there's all kinds of stuff coming. Animals, animal essence talking to you. You will see animals leaving in large numbers soon too. Yeah, you've been seeing it, but I'm talking about, you're going to see it like you've never seen it before, and that's going to happen until it's done. Won't be overnight, but you'll see it and it'll be happening. Folks, love you. Take care and have a good one.